Chapter 1. I was spotted by my neighbor while doing public square dancing with the neighborhood grannies. Right after I flashed my enthusiastic ending pose, I locked eyes with a completely shocked look. I stuttered out an explanation. I don't usually act like this. He just said, "Oh, this routine is brand new, and I haven't learned it properly yet, so I danced badly. I am super smooth with all the other ones." He looked at me blankly, completely confused. As a standard corporate wage slave, I have very few hobbies. Usually, after work, I just like to lie down and read novels, ordering takeout whenever I get hungry. This lifestyle was fine for a short while, but over time, my health started falling apart. After spending 3 consecutive days hooked up to an 4 drip at the clinic, I finally decided to start exercising. I tried running, workout videos, and hula hooping, but doing it alone made it impossible to stay consistent. Right around then, my landlady brought over a big bowl of homemade dumplings. She wanted me to help her find someone online to fix her broken stereo. Xiao Wu, can you help me out? I stared at the dumplings, my mouth moving faster than my brain. No need, Granny, I'm not hungry. Ever since that day, she kept bringing me food, looking at me with increasingly affectionate eyes. When her dance crew ran short on people, she knocked on my door and handed me a massive bowl of braised pork trotters. I have a really hard time turning down elders. That was how I became the youngest dancer in their square dancing crew. The ladies in the group were incredibly enthusiastic. Knowing I didn't cook, they fed me treats every single day, while eagerly trying to set me up on dates and sharing the latest neighborhood gossip. Pork trotters can be made in so many ways, and every single version was delicious. The grannies were all master chefs. Auntie Huang made absolute killer cakes, Auntie Li was a genius at traditional desserts, and Auntie Sue was the queen of slow-cooked soups. Xiao Wu, what do you think? I looked up from the steamed bun my landlady had given me, giving her a massive thumbs up. She immediately beamed with joy. Then should Granny just give you the contact info? Or do you want to ask for it yourself, the contact info? For the steamed bun, when I eat, I get incredibly focused and automatically tune out the outside world. This makes communication a little bit difficult. Maybe my blank stare lasted a bit too long, because Granny lost her patience. You can't drag your feet on this. A guy like that attracts young girls easily. If you're too slow, some other girl will snatch him away. Snatch a steamed bun, picture the old man looking at his phone on the subway meme. That was me. I looked at her, and she looked at me. Frustrated by my cluelessness, she poked my forehead hard. Is there anything else inside that brain of yours besides Fudo? She snatched away my half-eaten bun and pushed my shoulder. Look, he's coming out. He usually only shows his face around this time. Go on, quick. The other Andes pulled me up and pushed me forward. The ladies behind me kept winking and gesturing frantically, mouth shaping the words go. Move it. I slowly turned around and saw a guy completely dressed in black up ahead. He was wearing a baseball cap and a face mask. I could only tell he was very tall, but his face was completely hidden. I didn't recall ever seeing him around. Though I didn't quite grasp what was happening, it didn't matter. As long as it made the aunties happy, I was down. I turned back, gave the aunties an okay sign, and confidently marched forward to say hi to the guy. Hearing my voice, the guy instantly froze. With a bright smile on my face, I sped up my pace toward him. But just as I got close, he suddenly took several steps backward. I advanced, he retreated. I took 1 step forward, and he jumped 3 steps back. What the hell did he smell? The stinky river snails, rice noodles I ate for lunch. I sniffed my own sleeve. While my head was down, a sudden gust of wind seemed to blow past me. When I looked up again, the guy was already far away, walking briskly. I stood frozen on the spot for a good while before slowly turning around. The aunties were already sighing in unison. Oh, Xiao Wu? Xiao Wu, you really? No snacks for you tomorrow. I spun back around and chased after the guy. Seeing his pace slow down, I got closer and closer. Suddenly, he snapped his head back and saw me. Joy flared up in my chest. Hey, X, his body stiffened for a second, and then he started sprinting like his life depended on it. Why on earth was he running? I yelled at his retreating back. Don't worry, my health code is green. Chapter 2. Sometimes when adrenaline hits, a person completely loses their mind. For instance, if I were perfectly calm, I would never, as a fully grown adult, engage in a high-speed chase with another adult inside a residential community. The result of this chase was him panting heavily against a lamplight up ahead, while I bent over a short distance behind him, clutching my knees and gasping for air. Was it really worth it, just for some food? Tomorrow's treat was Annie Huang's homemade Black Forest cake. Yes, it was absolutely worth it. Thank goodness I had been square dancing for a month. Otherwise, my stamina never would have held up. I shakily forced myself to stand straight. He suddenly turned his head to look at me and spoke. Probably due to the intense running, his voice was quite raspy. Why are you chasing me? Because you have cough syrup?
No, wait.
I gasped for air, my brains feeling completely scrambled from the run. I tried desperately to recall what Granny and the aunties had said, only to realize, with utter despair, that my mind was still completely filled with steamed buns. Damn it. Have you done your PCR test? Great. Now, he definitely thinks I'm a total creep. He held his knees, staring at me intently for a long moment. Then, he pulled his phone out of his pocket and flashed the screen at me. The bright glare almost blinded me. Wow, active within 24 hours. I was genuinely terrified that the community would put up a warning notice tomorrow saying beware of female creep. He raised a fist to his mask and coughed twice, saying in a low, muffled voice, "Are you still going to follow me?" I muttered, my bad. He stood up and started walking back. Immersed in my total social death, I numbly walked back too. After a few steps, he stopped and looked back at me. We locked eyes, and in a flash of realization, I understood why he stopped. I hurriedly explained, "I'm going home. I'm not following you." He watched me in silence. I hardened my resolve, walked past him, and quickly headed into the building. I pressed the elevator button, got to my door, and suddenly realized my bag and keys were still left at the public square. I had no choice but to press the elevator button again to go down. The numbers ticked from 1 all the way up to 16. The door slid open, and I locked eyes with the exact same guy in black. His eyes were filled with pure panic and alert. I instantly defended myself out of habit. "I live on this floor." He snapped his gaze back, silently stepped out of the elevator, and stood right by the doors. "You live on this floor too?" He ignored me completely. Are people really still this cold and aloof nowadays? Under his intense stare, I stepped into the elevator, angrily pressing the button for the first floor. The moment the doors started closing, I saw his tense shoulders visibly sag with relief. Fine. He really did view me as some psycho female stalker. I returned to the square, and the aunties immediately swarmed me, firing questions. "How did it go? Did you get his contact info? Did you talk? You were gone for so long. What did you guys talk about? You two are neighbors." A next-door neighbor gives you the perfect advantage. My brain instantly cleared up. "Neighbor, when did he move in? Just last week." "Oh, right. You were at work during the day." The aunties looked thoughtful. "You haven't run into him at all over all these days?" I thought back carefully. "I left for work at 7:30 a.m. and got back around 6:30 p.m., then ate dinner and went square dancing." This guy, I had absolutely no memory of him. He really lives next door to me. I haven't heard a single sound from next door lately. Auntie Lee patted the back of my hand. "He moves quietly. Such good manners. Do you guys know him? He's my friend's grandson. He didn't want to live at home, so he moved here. His grandmother asked me to look after him a bit." I looked at my landlady. "Granny, you're truly warm-hearted. Looking after him all the way to finding him a girlfriend." She waved her hand at me, hiding her contribution like a modest hero. But what a pity. Right now, he already thought I was a total creep. "Sorry for ruining your good intentions, Granny." That night, I specifically pressed my ear against the wall to listen, but there wasn't a single sound from next door. I went out to the balcony and leaned over the railing to look. Next door was completely pitch black. How did that look? Like someone was living there? Just as I was about to pull my head back, the curtains next door were suddenly pulled open with a sharp swoosh. The balcony light turned on, illuminating half of a remarkably handsome face. My breath hitched slightly, but his perception was incredibly sharp. He snapped his head around and spotted me instantly. Guilt flared up in my chest. I waved at him. "Hi." I watched with my own eyes as he pulled out his phone and dialed a number. In the quiet night air, his deep voice carried over with absolute clarity. "Hello, police, I've encountered a stalker." "Yes, right at my home." Chapter 3. I was remarkably good at reading people. I said he viewed me as a creep, and sure enough, he called the cops on me. I had to drag my landlady over to finally prove my innocence. The police officer asked if he was willing to settle this privately. I could tell he wasn't thrilled, but for the sake of Granny's face, he signed his grand name on the mediation agreement form, Gu Tinglan. Granny stared at him. "What were you thinking? How could a young girl like Xiao Wu be a stalker?" Gu Tinglan remained silent. I did feel a bit bad for him. My string of actions was indeed a little suspicious. I linked my arm through Granny's, coaxing her into the elevator, and then sincerely apologized to him. It was all a misunderstanding, but I'm truly sorry. The aura around him was incredibly cold. He gave a sharp, chilly turned around, and stepped inside. With a loud slam of his door, I was left entirely alone in the hallway. I rubbed my arms. This guy was seriously freezing. I went back home, flopped onto my bed, and opened my web novel app. The author, who is usually perfectly punctual with updates, was half an hour late today. I left a comment, "Is the author not updating today?" Crying face. To my surprise, the author actually replied to me, "This time I will update. Something happened at home, so it'll be a bit later." She ended the reply with a cute text emoticon. This author was a complete newcomer. This ongoing book was her first, and it had gained quite a bit of popularity. I had been following it since the very first chapter, writing long reviews for every single update. She recognized me early on and replied to almost all of my comments. I left a thoughtful reply, "Family matters come first. Keep it up, author." The book she was writing was a horror infinite flow novel with a tight plot and incredible immersion. I reread a few previous chapters, and about 10 minutes later, I received an update notification. I clicked in furiously to read. The plot had progressed to the main party being forced to enter an abandoned residential compound. Because it was plagued by resentment, every developer who targeted the area met with an accident, leaving the place completely abandoned. I read with intense focus. The main characters got separated for some reason, taking action individually to inspect the environment. Character A was being chased outside by a patch of black mist, out of which extended grayish-brown strands of hair, attempting to bind him. I glanced at the fallen hair on my pillow. Same style. This black mist was pretty trendy. The scene jumped to character B, who entered a room. He originally wanted to use the high vantage point to get a full view of the layout. However, the ground below was covered in thick fog, and when he turned his head, he locked eyes with a pair of glowing red eyes from the neighboring balcony. For some reason, a strange sense of familiarity washed over me. How bizarre. Carrying this weird feeling, I finished reading today's update. The chapter cut off right as the characters were fighting the monsters, their survival unknown. I wrote down my predictions for the future plot in the comments, and the author replied with her usual cute emoticon. Looking at that emoticon, I couldn't help but smile. What a cute author. She must be a beautiful and kind-hearted girl. Today, she had left an author's note: "Sorry everyone, today's update is late. Something happened in real life." Handling the police report was quite a hassle,